Okay, today I am sharing one of my best kept secrets, and I guess it won't be a secret anymore. But this is something I tell all my clients to do, and they absolutely love. Most importantly, finance loves this too. So if you want to make your finance team happier than they've ever been, let's look at internal projects today. I recently had a question on my channel. What do you do about products that are not for resale, maybe demo items, things that you are using for consumables or for an internal project? Maybe it's for your own personal use. Internal projects are the answer. This is system agnostic. I am going to do it in ConnectWise, but you can set this up in Halo as well. And once you learn it, you'll never go back. If you have things that are happening internally, so you're purchasing items internally for setting up your own office or for buying your employees' desktops or whatever the case may be, the best way to handle this is to open up an internal project and leave it open for the whole year. What do I mean by this? Well, if you set up an internal project in ConnectWise or Halo and put your company as the contact and the bill to for this, you can have this open as a bill to for your company, and in ConnectWise, it won't create invoices. This has been marked as the internal company in the back end, so you'll never see an invoice for it. It will just collect costs. And then what you do is you can set it up on a different board so that you're not messing with any of the SLAs. Maybe you can put it on a specific board like an admin board. Make sure that you have the correct location. And then go ahead and start adding your products directly to that project. They will flow through the regular purchasing because they're going to show up in purchasing approvals. They'll go to your purchasing screen. You'll create purchase orders for them. But then when someone goes to receive them, they'll see that the job they were purchased for is an internal job. So then they can direct them to the right place. They can make sure those products get to where they need to go. Why I suggest leaving this open is you can probably leave it open for a year, and you can say every year have your internal purchases, have the year in the naming convention, and go ahead and track all your internal purchases through that as needed. If you need to run a report of how many you purchased at the end of each month, you can do that. If you do want to create a new project each month, that's fine too. Where this becomes exceptionally helpful and very useful is if you start to create an internal purchases or specific projects for the different locations that you make internal purchases for. If you wanted to make one just for consumables, you could do that. I have a client who has one just for demo units. So they have an internal sales order that's just demo units. Why do I suggest using a project versus a sales order for this? Well, if you wanted to track time against these internal projects, maybe someone is redoing your office and they need to install a bunch of computers on site. They could log this against that work plan. They can use this internal project to log time and product expenses as well as any ad hoc expenses and keep that as a running total. If you are only doing demo units, you could use a sales order because there's no real labor involved with just tracking demo units that are sent to you, those purchases, etc. All in all, I think that internal projects are a great way to streamline the purchases that you're making internally, not for resale. And whatever makes the most sense to you and your organization will probably be very helpful across the board. Start with just one internal project and see if it grows from there. And make sure you're following the same flow of adding the products to the internal project first, and then you can go through your purchasing process the same way you always do. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow for more tips and tricks. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below.